What's going on, my fellow Digidogs? It's your good mate Tro here. I tried cutting my own hair recently. Hopefully I did a good job. What do you guys think? Hey, what the hell was that? Well, anyways, we have got a very special episode. We are showing you our Belphamon X Antibody deck, BT-23. Not to mention the support from EX10 that I still got to show you guys. We got a brand new Rage mode, brand new Tamer, brand new Belphamon Sleep mode. It is just a good day to be a sleepy boy, that's for sure. Don't forget to check out the new series, Digimon Beat Break. It's on the Crunchy Rolls, I'm pretty sure. And great news, my gorgeous dirtbags. We are up to 900 Digidogs. Thanks so much for subscribing, guys. I really appreciate it. We are almost at 1,000. I am super excited. But without further ado, let's get stuck into this deck list. Engage!
Tune on in, boys and girls, go through the digital world, strategies deckless away, pass through the digital gate. Digidorks, Digidorks, Digidorks.
Alright, first up on our deck list, our Digitama. We've got 4 copies of Meramon from BT-15, the inheritable on deletion by trashing 1 level 5 or higher Digimon card in your hand. You draw 2. Easy way to get Belphamon Rage mode into the trash. Akihiro, Karada into the trash, the ones that you need to into the trash in this deck. Yeah, he's fantastic. I do mostly use him just for deleting the level 2 to play out the level 3, because you don't want to draw too much in this deck. You want to draw as much as you're trashing, because you need to keep your hand down to 6 or fewer cards. So yeah, just keep that in mind anyways. Alright, on to our level 3s. For our level 3s, we are running 4 copies of Proto Gizmon from BT-13, 4 copies of Ukamon, BT-16, and 1 copy of the promo Ukamon Limited, the promo 123. So, Proto Gizmon, when you would play this card by deleting one of your level 2 Digimon in the breeding area, reduce the play cost by 2, so play it for 1. You don't see that effect in any other deck, this one. So, yeah, it's really handy. And on play, we draw 1 and trash 1 card in our hand. Again, you should be drawing as much as you're trashing, just to keep your hand down as much as possible. All turns, your Protos, they can't Digivolve. And then on deletion, by returning 2 cards with Gizmon in their names from your trash to the bottom of the deck in any order, you may play a Gizmon AT from your trash without paying the cost. That's the level 4 Gizmon. So yeah, you play you delete level 2 to play level 3, delete level 3 to play level 4, and delete level 4 to play level 5. Is basically how you pseudo Digivolve up in this deck. Anyways, onto the Ukamon. Your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card or a Tamer card among them to the hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then you may hatch in your breeding area. Love to use this guy because you can raise him, hatch in the breeding area, then delete the level 2 to play out your Proto. Great little searcher as well. And Ukamon for the same reason, when your Digimon moves from breeding area to battle area, gain a memory, and you can hatch in the breeding area. So that's why I still use the Ukamons. Until I find a better replacement anyways, they're still working pretty good for this deck. Alright, on to our level 4s. For level 4s, we are running 4 copies of Gizmon 18 from BT-13, and 1 copy of the rarest of Mons from it's the promo 101. So yes, only 5 level 4s, but trust me, that's all I really need to get the job done. When you would delete this card, by deleting the level 3 Digimon, reduce play cost by 4, so you can play them by 2, by deleting out your Proto. On play, we draw 2, then trash 2 cards in our hand. All turns, Digimon can't Digivolve. And yes, on deletion, by returning 2 cards, Gizmon in their names, from your trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play Gizmon XT, that's the level 5, from your trash, without paying the cost. So that's pretty fantastic there. Anyways, onto the Remon real quick. He's also treated as a Cyborg trait, doesn't really matter. On play, when Digivolving, by trashing a card in your hand, we draw 2. Again, we don't want to be drawing too much, that's only going with 1. But it's really handy for that trash. We need to trash some cards as much as possible in this deck to get the deck running properly. Alright, onto our level 5s. For our level 5s, we are running 4 copies of Gizmon XT from BT-13, and 4 copies of Astamon from BT-13. So yes, Gizmon, as I was explaining before, when you play this card, by deleting your level 4 Digimon, reduce play cost by 6, so you'll end up playing it for 3. On play, play 1 Akihiro Karada from your trash without paying the cost. All turns, you can't Digivolve again. And then on deletion, you may play a Proto Gizmon from your trash without paying the cost. So it cycles back to the start again after you get your Tamer out. And so yeah, this is the cheapest and most effective way to get Belphamon Sleepmon out is use the Akihiro Karada from BT-13, which I'll show you a bit later, to reduce the play cost down. And yeah, playing out for essentially 2 if you delete the Gizmon XT with it. And anyways, Astamon, this is the way to cheat it out with heaps of memory, but nonetheless cheat it out. On play when Digivolving, by deleting one of your other purple Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Belphamon its name in your hand without paying the cost. So yes, you won't be able to delete your Ukamons. For the rest of these guys, it says by deleting one of your level 4 or something, but this one specifically says other purple Digimon. So, gotta be one of the purple guys. And yeah, you can Digivolve into Belphamon without paying the cost. So, you know, if you're on 3, you slapped him down for 7, you leave him on 4, it's not too big of a deal. And the Inheritable is awesome. When a card is trashed from your hand, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. That actually gives me some incentive to put some level 4 blockers in this deck, but I still haven't done it. I think I did it with an old version. But yes, it's fantastic because we're going to trash cards when we stop an attack or we suspend our opponent's Digimon on their turn. Anyways, onto our level 6s. For our level 6s, we are running 4 copies of Belphamon Sleep Mode from BT-13, 4 copies of Belphamon Sleep Mode from EX-10, 4 copies of Belphamon Rage Mode, BT-13, 3 copies of Belphamon Rage Mode, EX-10, 3 copies of Belphamon X Antibody, that is BT-23, and we have got just the 1 copy of Death Xmon. I know he's a level 7, but they're all megas, so I just lump him in there to the side. Alright, so we'll start with the best boy, Sleepy Belphamon. On play when Digivolving, by placing the Belphamon Rage Mode from your trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card. Until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon can't attack and isn't affected by your opponent's effects. So nothing will touch him. Basically, you'd have to raid into him to hurt him, or like, yeah, delete him by battle. And opponent's turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon attack by trashing 2 cards in your hand, you end the attack. So yes, that's why the Asmon Inheritable is important. So if you do that to end an attack, you get to play your level 4 out as well, which is awesome. And the Sleep Mode, so I'll just move these guys down for a sec. The Sleep Mode is similar from EX-10 on play when Digivolving by placing the Rage Mode underneath him as top Digivolution card. Until your opponent's turn ends, this Digimon can't attack and your opponent's effects don't affect it. Slightly different wording there, but it means exactly the same. Opponent's turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon suspend by trashing 2 cards in your hand, you suspend 2 of their Digimon or Tamers. I would say probably slightly better than the Sleep Mode's effect. I feel like you can stop more attacks there, but just flat out ending attack can really screw up some other players' decks. So I prefer the Sleep Mode from BT-13. Rage Mode I also prefer over the EX-10. Start your main phase, we delete all our opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Then if we have 6 or fewer cards in our hand, this Digimon gets 3000 DP and security +1 for the turn. End of attack, by deleting one of your other Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon. He's fantastic, just for getting out. Well, you can potentially get up to, well, yeah, you can take out 4 of your opponent's cards in the one turn there, which is pretty awesome. Plus with Belphamon X Antibody, you can potentially get another swing out of that. So that's awesome. Belphamon Rage Mode EX-10, he's got Fortitude, which is awesome. So if he's deleted, I think by effects or battle, I'll have to double check that. But if he's deleted, he just comes back. So starting your main phase, suspend all your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Then if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, this Digimon gets Piercing and Security +2. So that's 3 checks and 3000 DP for the turn. Starting your main phase, on play, when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon or Tamers. So yeah, this guy is pretty awesome for Belphamon X Antibody as well, because you get the Security +2, and remember it gains it. So if you Digimon into Belphamon X Antibody and keep your turn, you'll still be able to attack without suspending with 3 checks with this guy, and then swing for another 3 checks, which is awesome with the piercing and everything. And then starting main phase, on play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon or Tamers. So yeah, can't forget that because of what's going on in that start of main phase, and it's also on play as well in case Fortitude happens. So yes, and onto our newest boy, Belphamon X Antibody. It's got the Russian Piercing, just in case you need to throw out an attack while your Sleep Mode has Summoning Sickness from just playing it that turn. I haven't done it yet, but it is handy to have it. He's got Piercing. When Digivolving, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. Then if a card with Belphamon and its name is in this Digimon's Digivolution card, this Digimon attacks without suspending. Most of the time you will have a Digimon with Belphamon its name as Digivolution cards. The end of attack, this Digimon may Digivolve into Belphamon Sleep Mode in the trash, ignoring its Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. So yes, you can cycle back up to Sleep Mode, which will then, bang, you can just, if you got another X Antibody, you can Digivolve over it again. It'd be pretty crazy to get out that double attack without suspending in the same Digimon and then just swing for game. Haven't done it yet, but yeah, I think that is partially part of the strategy there, but I think it's also just to cycle back in Sleep Mode, go back to sleep for your opponent's turn, stop attacking stuff, and then bring him out again your turn. And then we've got Death Xmon, which is it's getting kind of old, but when you play this card, reduce the memory cost by 3 for each Digimon and Tamer your opponent has in play. Okay, so these days people aren't building as wide, but still playing quite a few Tamers I see, so yeah, you can still get it down for quite a bit. On play when Digivolving, Digivolve 1 all your opponent's Digimon, then delete all your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. It's quite a good board wipe still. Yeah, Digivolve all your opponent's Digimon, that can be devastating, especially people with aces, and there's still not much protection against the Digivolving. End of opponent's turn, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost as well. So not only is a hard body to just remove off the board, now I feel like it slows them down, especially when you're struggling with the tempo of this particular deck. Alright, onto our Tamers. For our Tamers, we are running 4 copies of Akira Kurata from BT-13 and 2 copies of Akira Kurata from EX10. So this new guy's a memory setter. We'll get to him in a bit. The old guy, yes, well obviously I still prefer him. Run 4 of him. When a card with Belphamon in its name would be played, by deleting one of your Digimon with Gizmon in its name, reduce the play cost of the deleted Digimon. So you delete the Gizmon XT, play at the sleep mode for 2, is the best way to get sleep mode out, like I said. End of opponent's turn, once per turn, draw 1, trash 1 card in your hand, then by placing this Tamer as the bottom Digivolution card, one of your Digimon Belphamon in its name, delete one of your opponent's level 6 Digimon. That is very specific, mostly because our Rage mode takes care of the level 5s. Sometimes you need to delete their level 6 specifically. And this is one of 2 ways to do it anyways in the deck. And I find it can be very handy sometimes as well. And onto our memory guy. We've got, if you have 2 or less memory, set at 3. End of turn, if you have 6 or fewer cards in your hand, again very important to always have 6 or fewer. By placing this Tamer as the bottom Digivolution card of any of your Digimon Belphamon in their names, that Digimon may Digivolve into a card Belphamon in its name for trash without paying the cost. Again, an easy cycle through once you've got your Belphamon out, and and you don't have X antibody. So just find those ways to keep cycling the deck, keep cycling through the turns, if we can't finish them in the turn that Rage mode initially comes out. Anyways, onto our options. We are just running 2 copies of Gift of Darkness BT-13. Delete one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon, then one of your Digimon may Digivolve into Belphamon Sleep Mode from trash without paying the cost. We've got the cycle. Again, it is quite costly, but I think worth it to delete a level 6 or higher. So yes, it is one of 2 ways to delete a level 6, and it's the only way... and it's one of 2 ways to delete a level 7. Sorry, because our X antibody I think deletes the highest play cost, which is usually be the level 7 if it was on board. But yes, and security, trash a card in your hand, delete your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the trash card. That usually works out pretty well. You trash the Rage mode, get a level 6. But yeah, anything that you trash really in the levels is handy. Get as many Proto Gizmons, Gizmon AT and XTs as you can in there, so when one of them deletes, you can put 2 to the bottom and play another one out. So yes, alright, that's it for the deck list. Onto the strategy guide. Okay, Digibronies. The strategy to this deck is quite simple. You'll at least want to have a Rookie and a Tamer in your opening hand. So we'll start off by hatching. Digivolving into Ukamon. For 0, draw for Digivolving. Then we shall simply play our Akihiro Kurata Tamer for a cost of 4, passing turn. Once turn has passed, we draw. We shall raise our Ukamon out of the raising area, and when one of our Digimon moves from the breeding area to the battle area, we may hatch in the breeding area and gain 1 memory. And then, by deleting one of our level 3 Digimon, we can play our Gizmon AT for a reduced cost of 4, making it 2. And on deletion, by trashing a level 5 or higher card in our hand, we can draw 2. We shall trash a Belphamon Rage mode. And on play, we draw 2 and trash 2 cards in our hand. We shall draw 2 more and trash 2 more cards. I shall trash an Akihiro and another Rage mode. Then, by deleting our level 4, we can play our Gizmon XT for a reduced cost of 6, making it 3. And on play, we can play an Akihiro Kurata from the trash without paying the cost. We shall play the one we had just trashed, passing turn. Once turn has passed, we draw. And then we shall use our Akihiro Kurata's effect. By deleting one of our Gizmon in its names, we can reduce the play cost of that Digimon to play a Belphamon. So we can play a Belphamon for reduced cost of 9, making it 2. And Gizmon XT's on deletion is we can play a Proto Gizmon from the trash without paying the cost. We shall play Proto Gizmon. On play, when Digivolving, we can place a Belphamon Rage mode from the trash as this Digimon's top Digivolution card, and this Digimon can attack and isn't affected by our opponent's effects. Then, by deleting our level 2 in the raising, we can play a Proto Gizmon from our hand for the reduced cost of 2, making it 1. And on play, we draw 1 and trash 1. We shall trash another Proto Gizmon. We shall then delete one of our Proto Gizmon to play a Gizmon AT for a reduced cost of 4, making it 2. On play, we draw 2 and trash 2. We'll just trash the 2 that we drew into. And Proto Gizmons on deletion by returning 2 Gizmon in their names from our trash to the bottom of the deck. we shall place Proto and Gizmon XT. We can play a Gizmon AT from our trash without paying the cost. Once again, drawing 2 and trashing 2. Shall trash Belphamon X Antibody and a Rage Mode. Passing turn. At the end of our opponent's turn, if this Digimon is Belphamon Sleep Mode, we trash the top card of this Digimon. And once turn has passed, we draw for turn. We will hatch in the raising area. And then start of main phase, we delete all our opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. And then if we have 6 or fewer cards in hand, we gain security +1 and 3000 DP for the turn. Then we shall attack with 2 checks. And end of attack by deleting one of our other Digimon, Proto Gizmon, we can unsuspend this Digimon. We shall then Digivolve Belphamon Rage Mode into Belphamon X Antibody, cast 2 over Belphamon in name, draw for Digivolving, and when Digivolving, delete all our opponent's Digimon with the highest level. Then if a card with Belphamon in its name is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon attacks without suspending. We shall attack with another 2 more checks. Then we can swing with one of our Gizmon AT, and then swing with Belphamon X Antibody for game. It's as simple as that, Digibronies. Don't forget to like and subscribe.